Yes, and welcome to Vasily's Garden. Now, folks, it is bloody freezing. It's dropped down to about 10 degrees, but the chill factor, and it feels like 2. Now, this is Sunday morning as you're watching this, and if you've been working on and following us through our click and collect scenarios of Dandenong and Lethbridge, it's gone crazy. Thank you for the wonderful support. I was down at Dandenong yesterday, Dandenong North, at click and collect, which is Mariothi's Kitchen Garden at 1 Gloria Avenue. One thing I did realise or have noticed is that people think it's only a click and collect environment. It's actually more than that. You can go there and shop off the shelves or from the storefront that she has set up there. It's a pop-up environment on the weekends only, and enjoy it, or you can set your click and collect up as well. So want to get that out of the way. So Dandenong and Lethbridge are available, and maybe soon another location. We'll talk about that as the time goes on. But in the meantime, we're out in the orchard, and I haven't been here for a while, meaning, a couple of weeks for you guys, or if not more, because we did the workshops in the past, and we got into these trees pruning. I was about to say hacked into them. Some of them actually did from our participants, but they're all kicking on along well. So let's have a quick wander around and see how the trees are progressing. Dorset Golden, have a look at this apple tree, folks. It has gone nuts. Now, you apple growers out there are going to say to me, you got to thin that out. There's just too many apples on this tree. No, there isn't. It's perfect. I like them like that. So it's doing really well. Now this one we did tie up in the past. You can see we got some string on it and straightened it up because all these trees in the orchard had a bit of a lean on them because of the northwesterlies, really high. But look at the fruit. Do you reckon every other tree's got the same amount? This one's only just starting to bloom, and we cut the guts out of the middle of this one here as well. So it's put on its flowers. Now we didn't do this undercut here to get it. Oh, we did we? Yes, we did do an undercut there. So, but it's sprouted up yet, so it's not 100% accurate, but eventually this will start to flower for us. Hopefully we do. Let's move on. Some of them are late, some of them are real early. I'm just going to swing around here. I've noticed this. This has got to be a plum tree. This almost looks like the Angelina. I can't remember all my trees, folks, I'll be honest with you. And I have got here plum, oh, my bad, Satsuma. Just because it's still smaller egg shape and it reminded me of the Angelina. But look at the amount of plums on this. This is doing well. Some of you today, while I was down at Mariothi's, or yesterday, well, we're filming it today at the end of the day, for tomorrow morning, we're talking about the leaf curl on their plum trees. Now, we spoke about that in the past. It's not leaf curl like that of your nectarine and peach. It is an aphid that does it. So using the fungicide or the disease control pack is not going to do it. You need to make your own home brew. Olive oil, dishwashing liquid and soap. That's all you need to do. So it's a tablespoon of each in a litre of water and you should be fine. Keep moving on because I want to hurry up and get down to the almond trees. I did see, you know what I did see? The sulphur crested cockies. There was about 4 of them. And I thought, oh no, they're going for the nutgrass or something like that, but no, they were perched up high on some of these trees. Now they're all here too early. The birds are too early to be picking on fruit, and I was worried if they're picking on the branches. No, this is too young. I mean, it's just coming into leaf. It's missed out on the cycle of flowers completely. So we don't worry about that one there. Ignore this one because we haven't pruned it. That is a plum. There's no fruit on it. Absolutely nothing on it. It's what happens when you don't look after your trees, all of them. Don't come to me crying, oh, I've got a plum tree, I feed it well, Vasily. But it doesn't make any fruit or flowers on it. It's because you don't prune it right. Well, maybe you do. Some trees have flowered, other trees have yet to flower. Some have set fruit, others don't even look like they're going to grow again. Not that they're dead or just really slow. So look at this. Now this was covered in fruit last year, I remember it. It's typical apple galah or galah. That was an amazing production on this tree, and look how good that is. It needs a little bit more thinning, but I'm okay with that at the moment. So a tree like this will need to be sort of shaped out a little bit more, but we've done a few good prunes on this and we've got an abundance of flowers. Now, again, when it's in flower, and I'm referring to any plant in particular, if they're in flower, do not spray, especially an insecticide or fungicide on them. Yeah, you can do a light sort of liquid fertilizer if you like, our Eco Butch or Liquid Gold, but don't spray while they're in full bloom. The other day we did a segment on, or I spoke about citrus trees and CGWS, which is the perfect product to use as a protectant against gall wasp, leaf miner on citrus trees, and in fact it works quite well and quite successful on controlling parent cherry slug, and to some degree the codling moth as well. So that's the powder that you can't spray on the citrus trees either when they're in full flower. You need for the flowers to set fruit, and then you can apply it. And the same with any apples or pears or plums or peaches and things like that. Once they set their fruit, like that apricot over there, which was one we saved from the compost bin, you can spray. You can spray quite comfortably, but you shouldn't have to. See, all these beds here were composted and superfood and black grit. This needs a water. That's all that is. That's the wind, it's knocking it about. No, it doesn't need a water, it needs the weeds taken out. But it's got a little bit of sort of wind-blown leaves on it here. Are we getting a little bit of freckle on it or something like that? See that there? Now, that's caused by the bad weather. We got one day hot, next day cold, next day windy and wet. Don't expect your plants to always look bright and sprightly when the weather's so unregulated or random from heat to cold and windy. Like now I'm feeling it. I've got 3 layers on, I still feel it. So this is an apricot tree that we salvaged, and you can give them a light feed after they've set fruit, but not at the moment. And I highly, highly recommend, and I know many of you who have used it have come back and told me the same. You've been very surprised on how well it's performed on your fruit and citrus trees. Give it a go. So use the superfood, and that's what I'm referring to. Combine it with the black grit. A million questions I had today on the black grit. What is it? Okay, quickly, last one before we go. Black grit, soil amendment fertilizer, which means it helps with the calcium release that it has. It's a calcium silicate phosphate rock. The calcium is the trucker of minerals. So what that means is whatever nutrients are locked up in your soil for whatever the reason, the black grit will unlock those and allow your plants to draw them up once they get hydrated. So black grit helps with the calcium silicate, which makes the leaf stronger, more resilient to the hot and cold weathers, but it also helps to transport the other macro micronutrients in the soil so the plants can benefit from what you're feeding them, keeping it organic, right? That's how we want to do it. So look after your trees. Do not spray them while they're in full flight, in flower that is, and as soon as they finish flowering, well, if you need to, only and only then should you be spraying anything. I avoid spraying, attack them with a prune if you need to, and then if all else fails, then go for a spray and make something from your kitchen pantry, or check out our website, vasilisgarden.com. Our big weekend special is on. Use the coupon code word SPRING to save up to 70% off everything online. From me, Vasily, Maresi.